everyone, it's me, Lindsay, with EquipMeOT, here today to talk about an incontinence solution to help to maximize and leak-proof your incontinence situation. So this is a product called a booster pad. I want to go over the details of what a booster pad is, how it is different from other pads on the market, and how it can be best utilized to help keep your loved one or yourself or somebody you are caring for leak-free during larger incontinent episodes. Now, this is a product that's been on the market for a long time, but they've really maximized its benefits, and it's important to know how to use it properly. So let's start off with what a booster pad is. A booster pad is a product designed to go in partner with an existing incontinence brief. This is not a product designed to go into underwear. Those are two different products. And the reason being is that a booster pad has what's called flow-through technology. So the backing on it is not waterproof. And why this is important is if you're wearing a regular pad, it has the waterproof backing to stop the liquid from going through to the underwear or pants or surface that you might be sitting on. However, it has a limit to how much capacity it has. The booster pad does not have that waterproof backing, and therefore the liquid will go through it eventually once it's reached its maximum capacity, which in this case for these booster pads is 4 cups of added absorbency. It will go through the pad and into the pad underneath it, into the brief. What this allows you to do is have maximum leaching of the liquid away from the body. It's safer for skin integrity while also boosting the effectiveness and lengthening the amount of time that you can go before having to change out the full brief system. So these products are from Because Market. Because Market is a fantastic company to work with. They have so kindly sponsored this video. They make an awesome product that is available online through a subscription service or for single purchase. I strongly recommend their subscription service to save you time and having to remember to buy products so you never run out. So if you're interested in getting 40% off your order, check out the link down below. It'll get you 40% off if you sign up for a subscription service. So this particular booster is going to give you 4 cups of added absorbency, which on top of their already high absorbency in their briefs, can get you up to 8 cups or even 10 cups with their nighttime brief of coverage, which is a ton of absorbency. So why would you need that? What are situations in which this could be the secret to success? The biggest ones I know are when you have an individual who's having frequent or large amounts of urination throughout the day, who maybe is going to be going out for appointments or a travel day. Those are days that are particularly difficult to predict and can be very challenging for getting back to a bathroom to change out a pad brief system. This allows you to change out just the booster when it becomes saturated and leave the actual brief in there. And then another nice thing about that is it's going to make it more cost effective. So if you're having to change out a brief every single time there's a urinary incontinence, that starts to add up because those briefs are more expensive than these booster pads. This is a really economical choice. They're also great for deep sleepers. So in a lot of situations when you have heavy sleepers or side sleepers, that's where we see the greatest volume of incontinence leak through. So laying on the side where maybe the actual brief is not positioned in such a way that it catches all the urine, this can be your extra little boost to keep the urine contained during those hard nights of sleep or side sleeping or just moving throughout the sleep. This is super helpful. I'm going to go over in just a second a few ways that you can position these pads specifically for male versus female to get the maximum amount of benefit out of them. Another thing that these can be used for is individuals who experience some bowel incontinence. So if you have somebody who's having some inconsistent bowel incontinence, adding a booster pad can really help to make it easier to manage. So you can remove the booster pad again without having to fully change the brief system, so it's more economical, easier on both caregiver and the individual being cared for. This is also great for people with skin sensitivity. And again, I said earlier that what this will do is it will absorb the liquid, take it into the core of it, leach it away from the body, and then eventually, if it starts to oversaturate, send it through to the other brief. By doing this, it's pulling all the moisture away from the skin. Super important if you're dealing with skin sensitivity or skin breakdown or in even more severe situations, wounds. So if you have those types of things in play, adding a booster is a really good idea to prevent infection or bacteria growth. This can also improve independence. So if you've got somebody who maybe is close to being independent with their care, but has a hard time managing the brief, which can be notoriously difficult to get on and off, as it involves bending, and it can be really difficult to get pants on and off. Having a booster pad in the brief, this is much easier to manage. Simply remove the booster. It's got a simple single strip that covers the sticky portion that goes down into the brief. This pulls off very, very easily. It sticks down into it just like with underwear, and then it can be tossed when it is soiled and a new one put in its place. Much easier, much more likely to be independent with versus having to change out a full brief multiple times a day. Who would not be appropriate for this? And I want to make sure to highlight this as well. This is not meant for individuals with light incontinence. So if you have small amounts of like stress incontinence, for example, this is going to be overkill for what you need. You're looking at more of the traditional waterproof backed pad system. Those will be effective for those lighter incontinent issues. Single product preference. If you're somebody who maybe prefers a less bulky or really likes to stay with just one product, obviously this isn't going to work for you because it requires 2 products and it is going to be a slightly bulkier feel. So you really have to test out whether this is appropriate for your specific needs. Okay, so let's just quick show you how this can be set up. And I want to highlight, again, male versus female. So first let's show you the shape of the product. You can see it has this wider area on this side and a slightly smaller area on this side. This is designed to be placed into the brief. So I'm going to actually flip the brief inside out here. Front to back. What you have the flexibility with now is deciding where you need maximum absorbency. So for my females, I strongly recommend placing the brief, or placing the pad with this larger portion more towards the back, as this tends to be where women have the largest amount of urine collection, is towards the back of the brief. But for our males, incontinence tends to be closer to the front. So you can take the entire pad and now you can maximize the absorbency at the front of the brief. This can be an absolute game changer for those who are experiencing a lot of leaking due to male incontinence. And another thing that I've seen folks do with these is to really focus in on covering the tip of the penis while they sleep, is actually placing this in the front and wrapping it in this manner around the penis. Now, it's very important that if you do wrap like this, the wrap technique, that you are aware of where the sticky pad is. And what I've done in the past is actually, we don't remove all of the sticky, so we don't remove this whole thing. We just remove the portion that's going to be stuck down to the brief, because we don't want that it's adhesive to get onto the skin and cause discomfort. So what you can do then is either trim this off with a little scissors and just leave the rest of it covered. That way there's no adhesive getting onto the skin. So that's a way you can use this to really significantly reduce leaking, especially in our males during the night. So I hope you found this helpful. Booster pads can be such a wonderful tool and resource to use to decrease frustration, increase independence, and it's a super economical way to get the most out of your briefs. So if you have some questions and comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you need more information about these products, I've got links that are going to be in my description. And as always, if you need more information on how to stay safe and independent in your home community, consider subscribing to EquipMeOT. Thank you.